Why are you wasting time? You're running out of time. You think because you're young, you're in your early 20s or late teens, that you have all this time in the world to figure things out and get things straight. No, bro. Like, if you're young 20s, this is your prime stage to build a foundation on something that's going to impact you for the rest of your life. If you keep doing what you're doing every day, which say, go to work, go home, not do anything, not take care of your physical health, not work on your finances, right? You're just working a job. Like, is that what you really aspire to be? Like, seriously, I know you can do great things. You can do anything you honestly put your mind to. But when you're going home and you're not focusing on something, you need to focus on one thing. And you need to focus on creating something for yourself. You're acting like we live forever. Each day is a precious moment to create something to fulfill your mission in life. As a man, we have a purpose. We have a mission we need to accomplish. It is not so much worrying about the destination, but moving. You have to move in the right direction upon this journey that we're living in life. When you're slacking off, taking days off, end on end, you are wasting the most valuable time in your life. And when you get older, when you get past your 30s, you're going to really regret blowing off all that time you had in your 20s to actually build something that you can be proud of. You're not going to remember all that time you spent on TikTok scrolling, Instagram scrolling, Facebook scrolling, or playing the newest Call of Duty or the newest Madden. Like, that's not something you're going to reminisce on. And it's going to be something you end up regretting. We all have a timer. And that timer is counting down faster than you really can even imagine. Like, just thinking, I only graduated high school 5 years ago. And 5 years ago went by like that, in an instant. Sure, leading up to high school, before I even graduated, time seemed to be, slow motion, and you really didn't have a care in the world. After high school, you start getting in the real world, you start working, you start doing all this in your grown life and adult life. Time is moving. And to me, it feels like I'm moving at 1.5 speed. You're wasting this precious time, especially now. Being 23 years young, I'm probably going to have the most energy now than I ever will. And I aspire to have more as I'm getting later into my 20s. But the point is, I know the energy I have now is not going to be the same as when I'm in my 30s or 40s. And sure, life seems long. It seems like your 60s are so far away. But really, if you break it down into decades, like, I'm already approaching my mid-20s. How? I just graduated high school. Five years ago. This summer is going to be 5 years? Really? Like, come on. And I wasted probably 3 years after high school just floating, just coasting. And I'm not going to say it costed me. And I'm not saying if you're 27 and you were coasting, it's going to cost you. Your life's over. No. What I'm saying is that you need to start now. Especially in these new economic times, we really don't know what the future is going to hold. Especially with this AI coming into play, things are going to go exponentially faster. When you throw AI, you throw crypto, you throw all this new advancement on technology, the gap is shrinking. And pretty soon, I believe the saying, there's going to be have-nots and have-yachts. Have-nots is going to be the grand majority, and have-yachts is going to be that small minority And I don't know if that window is ever going to be opened up again. Right now, we got this gap. We got this little gap we can shrink through. Sure. But that window is closing. It's like an hourglass. And the sand is running low. You need to get working now. Focus. Lock in on one thing. Lock in on one thing you've always wanted to do. You've been meaning to start. You've been, procrastinating on. And lock in on that one thing. Don't switch up. If you want to be a mechanic today and you do it for a week and you start to regret it, well, maybe I want to be a car detail. No. Lock in on the mechanic for 6 months. 6 months. That's going to get you somewhere. Because obviously, if you wanted to be a mechanic in the first place, that means you already had a love for cars to begin with. You lock in for 6 months. It's okay to switch paths now. You ain't always got to lock in on one thing. I wasted 3 years going to college thinking I was going to get somewhere, and I changed paths, and I'm way happier now with the path that I'm on when I shifted directions. But if you keep starting in one path and going back, and then it's trying to start this back, but keep coming back, you're going to end up nowhere. You're going to end up keep going straight to back, to straight to back. And you're going to end up at the exact same spot you're at now, just with less hope, because you're going to consider it a failure because it didn't go all the way through. So lock in one thing, give it 6 months. I'm telling you, you can change your life. You can do so many great things if you just lock in. When you get off of work, don't just go home and mindlessly scroll. Put your phone away. Lock in on a book. Lock in on learning something. Get a course. Like, that is the best investment. Is spending money on something for yourself. Think about all that money you wasted going out for a weekend. Stay in for one weekend. Spend that $200 you would have spent going out on maybe a couple books, maybe a course on something that you're interested in, and lock in. The window is running short. That's all I got.